In this lecture, let's look at the cycloid. How is the cycloid, this dashed curve, formed? This is a very interesting question. You know, everyone has a car, and this red circle looks like the tire of your car. When the tire moves on the flat ground, and you want to look at the trace of this red dot, and we are going to figure out the equation of this trace. Now let's play animation right here. Okay, now let's then look at the slow motion frame by frame. See, it's moving frame by frame. Here I want to feel is that the length from the beginning point, the origin 0, to this part, to the new tangent line on the ground between the your tire, the red circle, and the ground, from origin to this part, to the new tangent point. This length equals this gray arc. That's the very important observation. Okay, so let's figure out our equation right here. You see, just now we have noticed the starting tangent point and the new tangent point. This horizontal length equals the arc of this length of this gray arc. That's the very important observation when you play that animation. So here we need 1, 2, 3 steps to figure out the equation of this trace, of this dashed line, the equation. Step 1, we want to find out the coordinate of this center, O, of this center, XY coordinate. You know, I mark this one. How to find out? Y coordinate is easy, you see, from the center here to the tangent line, because this wheel is moving on the flat ground. This axis, the center of the wheel, is always this long. That's the radians, which is 2. So we know that part. So Y coordinate is easy to figure out. X coordinate is what? Again, this length of the arc equals this length from the starting tangent point to the new tangent point on the ground. That will be the x coordinate of this center O, But we know one more time, this x coordinate equals the length of the arc. How long is the arc of this gray one? That equals radians times the theta. Theta is this angle, you see, this angle, theta. So r theta is the length of this arc. Okay, And we know our radius is 2. That will be 2 theta. 2 theta. All right. So that means the x-coordinate is 2 times theta. Okay? Because, again, the gray arc equals the x-axis. So this is 2 theta. So we have figured out in step 1 is that x-coordinate is 2 theta, which is radians times the amount of angle theta, which is 2 theta, and y is just 2, is this radians. So that's step 1. We figured out the xy coordinate of this center. Now, step 2 here is to figure out the blue part. How long is this part? And how long is this leg in this right triangle? Okay. Now, radians is always 2. Radians times sine theta will be the opposite side, will be this long. So that means r times sine theta, r is this hypotenuse, times sine theta will be the length of the opposite side. Again, r is 2, so it's 2 sine theta. Okay, so the blue part, horizontal part, is 2 sine theta. And how about this leg from O to the point right here, which are marked in this way? That will be hypotenuse times cosine theta. R times cosine theta. R again is 2, and 2 times cosine theta. So in step 2, we have to figure out this part, this leg, which is 2 cosine theta. And we have figured out this part, which is 2 times sine theta. All right. Now, step 3. Step 3 is we want to figure out the x-coordinate of P and y-coordinate, this red part of P. How long is this red part, the horizontal part? That will be the x-coordinate of P. We know that will be starting tangent point to the new tangent point minus this blue one. Okay, blue leg. That's easy. We've already figured out because this part is 2 theta and this part is 2 times sine theta. So this blue part will be 2 theta minus 2 sine theta, will be the x-coordinate of this center, 2 theta, horizontal length, minus the blue part, that's 2 sine theta. So 2 theta here, minus the blue leg, 2 sine theta. So 2 theta minus 2 sine theta is the one right here. That's the x-coordinate for P. Y-coordinate is this one. How long is that? You see, that will be the black radians minus the blue mark on this leg. So that will be 2 radians minus 2 cosine theta, which is this long, will be equal to the red part. Again, that will be the black radians 2, which I wrote 2 here, minus short leg 2 cosine theta. So 2 cosine theta. That will be the y-coordinate of this P. All right. Now, x-coordinate 2 theta minus 2 sine theta. sometimes we replace this theta by t. So will be 2t minus 2 sine t. That's here. 2t minus 2 sine t. That's for x coordinate of this p. And y coordinate is this part. Again, we replace theta with t. So will be 2 minus 2 cosine t. So it's right here. 2 minus 2 cosine t. That's y coordinate. So y coordinate is the function of t. And x coordinate is also a function of t. And this is the parametric equation for the trace of this cycloid. Okay, so please review this lecture. I'll see you next time.